Will my transition work? Nope. Functional computer, huh? My goodness. Well, after rebooting my router, it looks like... Oh, dang, I need to alt-tab again so I can adjust that one setting. There we go. Alright, after rebooting my router, it looks like we're not dropping frames anymore. Okay, so now we can start what should be the final Assassin's Creed Brotherhood stream. Probably. I'm not dropping frames anymore, so that's good. Whoa, I suddenly see all the chat that was missed while my router was rebooting that I couldn't have seen earlier. Well, guess we go this way for now. Guess this is the way we go for now. So I was recently mucking around with a bunch of my computer settings. Like, that doesn't have anything to do with the router or anything like that. But last night, I stayed up late mucking around with my computer settings because in a couple days' time, we'll be starting the playthrough of Watch Dogs on this channel. And I was like, should I play it on my Wii U or on my PC? Like, either way, I'd be streaming it on my PC. But, like, which one do I play it on? I was about to say, are you about to fall off? Wah! I touch your face. I touch your face now. So, it seemed like it ran way better on my computer than it did my Wii U. But whenever I was trying to record it with OBS, it would kind of be, you know, really laggy and just awful and a terrible, terrible time. So I spent like 3 hours last night, well more than that if you count testing time, just messing around with my computer settings and trying to actually, for the first time ever really, bring my computer to its full potential. Because these parts were designed like for a gaming computer. A lot of them were designed for overclocking as well, but I'd never tried it out before. So last night I actually overclocked my computer a little bit. Just using preset settings that my motherboard already had available. Wow, nice movement, dude. Just using preset settings that my motherboard already had available instead of trying to customize my own since I'm not used to overclocking. So I'll just take the preset settings that my motherboard has already configured for me that like it knows my parts can handle. And now my computer works great. I spent like an hour working on that. Then I spent like 2 hours messing around with OBS encoder settings to eventually get Watch Dogs to go from being like a laggy mess on OBS to looking just as good on OBS almost as it does on the screen in front of me. Like almost no difference. Like I'm really proud of the way that it turned out. And turns out my computer is way better for streaming this entire time than I realized it ever was. And my bitrate can be through the roof. Like if I go into settings here, I should be able to turn it up, like way up to what I had it at before when I was testing it last night without dropping frames now that my router's rebooted. So in my streams in the early days of this channel, my bitrate would probably be like, I don't know, 2,500, maybe 3,000, something like that is the bitrate that I'd be using. Boopity bop. Once I upgraded to this computer, it started being like about maybe 3,500 for a while, and then I got more used to what this computer could do. So for the past little while, past couple of months, I've been using a bitrate of like 5,000. Past few streams, I've been using a bitrate of 6,000. Right now, I'm streaming at a bitrate of 100,000. I don't think that it's sending 100,000 bitrate worth of data. I think I just set it to such an absurdly high value that it just sends like everything that it possibly can to the stream. Like that there just isn't more data to send because I doubt that, you know, there's 100,000 bitrate worth of stuff to send. And I am just flabbergasted that my computer is streaming currently at a bitrate of 100,000 without dying. It's unreal to me. So this entire time I've had untapped potential of my stream quality. So even before, when I was streaming before, if I'd move around on like my camera or I move this camera around and stuff like that, like you might see a little bit of a motion blur, like it might get a bit pixelated. Like if I turn down the bitrate, like way down, for example, if I go into output and I change the bitrate to say 1,000, something low like that, just as a demo, and then I pull this up and I move around like this, or I'm moving around in the game, it should look, it should look pretty blurry and pixelated as I'm doing this. Like you can still tell what's going on, but it has that kind of blur to it. Like, it wouldn't have this much of a blur to it when, you know, streaming at a bitrate like 5,000 or 6,000. In fact, you probably wouldn't be able to notice it at all. But there's that blur when you're moving around. So if I set my bitrate, let's change it from 1,000 to 100,000. We don't have to worry about any blur like that at all. Now it's just smooth. Like, you get to see it as good as I see it in front of me. This entire time that I've had this computer for like the past year and a half or whatever it's been. No, it's been 2 years at this point? Has it been 1 year? I don't know. It's been a little while. All this time, my computer's had this much untapped potential. Whoops. Oopsie doopsie. That's, oops. Didn't quite mean to do that. So, this entire time, my computer was a way better stream computer than I ever had it set to. That's what happens when you tinker around with settings for like 3 hours to have optimal computer performance settings and optimal OBS settings. Like, it's unreal. And hello, Carvia. Remember yesterday I accidentally put it at 600 bitrate? Yeah, I was trying to do 6,000 bitrate, and I did 600 by accident, so it was like a weird blurry mess. But now, I currently have it set at 100,000 bitrate, which, you know, I didn't think was possible at all, and the reason why it works is I think that it's just sending, like, as much as is possible to send. And that there isn't, like, I don't think that there's 100,000 worth of, you know, data to send. 100,000 kilobytes per second. I don't think there's that much that needs to be sent to stream this. But yeah, I am floored. How are you doing today, Carvia? Carvia was helping me test things last night by letting me know how the stream appeared on his screen as I was streaming on my bot account. Was the case, and I still appreciate that, Carvia. But yeah, whenever you put a bitrate higher than your computer can handle, like, for example, before me doing this today, if I'd set anything above 6,000, I'd probably be dropping frames. Anytime you set a bitrate above what your computer can handle, it starts dropping frames, which for my laptop would probably be about 3,500. For my desktop, before doing optimal settings last night after tinkering with it for like 3 hours, would probably be about 6,500. But now, after getting optimal encoder settings and optimal just PC performance settings in general, and slightly overclocking my computer a bit, yeah, the stream is kind of better looking than it ever has. Holy crap. That the white knight. So, I'm quite happy because it's like I'm using a brand new computer here, is what it feels like when it's just the exact same computer that I've been using for so long. Just optimized. But I'm also a little bit disappointed that I never realized this before. A wolf in sheep's clothing, find the shrine to Romulus, complete the memory within 8 minutes. Well, that's not happening. Well, find your way into the mass. Why did the stream die a bit ago? No idea. My router was being weird. I had to go reboot it. I unplugged it and I plugged it back in again. Not any fault of my computer, though. At least. I might sneeze. I'm allergic to sneaking. I'm not a very good assassin. Is my desktop audio too quiet? It seems pretty quiet. I was messing around with it when I was messing around with encoding settings. Maybe I'll turn it up a little bit. Like that. Oi. Turn it up like 3 notches. I wish the game wouldn't minimize whenever I did that. Yeah, sometimes routers are a bit wacky. I don't know. It's been a while since my router did that, but thank goodness that was the fault of my router and not. Oi. Oh, blend. Blend, blend, blend. What do you mean detected? I was trying to blend. I'm totally wearing red. Ow. Anyway, at least it was the fault of my router and not my computer. Why am I so sniffly now? What the heck? I was not sick this morning until I started stream. I don't know what it is about me streaming. Ugh, that just makes me sick. I don't know what it is. Find your way into the mass. Yeah, I'll try. I'll certainly try. Dang, gotta watch this again. But yeah, so this entire time, my computer has had so much untapped potential. Oh, sorry for my sniffles. So I was trying this out with a few games. Like, my main one was Watch Dogs that I was trying it out with, which I was running on, like, basically the highest game settings, in addition to the highest stream settings, because my GPU, my graphics card, essentially takes care of the game, and my CPU takes care of the stream. And thanks for the 15 bits, Carvia. Eat anything spicy? I had a bowl of cereal, is what I had. Oh, sorry for my sniffles. Enter a group to blend. Do I just have to tail them? Apparently I just have to tail them. This is what I gotta do. Appreciate it, Carvia. But yeah, now I'm suddenly really looking forward to the Watch Dogs playthrough, because I'll be able to play it and stream it on like the maximum settings that I never would have dreamed of my computer doing before. But this entire time, my computer parts just had so much potential. I mean, when I originally built this computer, I built it with the idea that I'd be able to overclock it and do stuff like this. I just never got around to actually doing it. You forgot to put a message with the bits? Feels bad. No text-to-speech message for you this time, it seems. Well, so yeah, I look really forward to streaming that. So I was testing it mostly with Watch Dogs last night. The newest game that I had already installed on my computer for some reason, even though I've never played it before, was Assassin's Creed Origins from 2017. I'd never played that game before. So I started it up from the beginning. I ran around a little bit. I wasn't able to do that one on maximum settings without it being like 60 FPS. Like, it was still hitting like 33 FPS at maximum settings, so it wasn't that bad. But I turned it down a little bit and was getting closer to 38 FPS after that. I must blend, don't mind me. So even stuff like that, it very much seems like my computer just handles like a beast now. Now that I've actually optimized my settings. So I'm really disappointed in myself for not having done that so much sooner.
The followers will do anything we tell them to, Patron. They believe their God commands them.
Bene. Do you have the key?
Yes, Patron.
May the Lord be with you.
And also with you.
Why were they so quiet? Do I need to turn it up louder? Look at this guy just staring at me. Do I need to turn it up a little bit more again? Well, maybe I'll turn it up like one notch like that. We'll find. I was messing around with so much OBS stuff last night. Anyway, I need to replay that bit alert now. Wait, how do I get over there?
Want to learn how to tie your shoes?
Uh-oh.
It's a very easy thing to do. Just sit on down and I'll give you the scoop. What's that?
Oh, I need to go through
It's
here.
called a loop-de-loop. You gotta take a lace in each hand. You go over and under. Again, you make a loop-de-loop.
Oh, it cut it off when I turned off the alert box for a hot second. Dang, I have to replay it again. Dang it, man. Here we go again.
Want to learn how to tie your shoes? It's
Well,
a very easy thing to do. Just sit on down and I'll give you the scoop. What's that? It's called a loop-de-loop. You gotta take a lace in each hand. You go over and under. Again, you make a loop-de-loop and pull, and your shoes are looking cool. You go over and
your shoes are looking
left
cool.
to right loop-de-loop, and you pull them tight like bunny ears or a Christmas bow.
Where do I go? What? Thanks for the 5 bits, Carvia. And telling me how to do a loop-de-loop and pull, and your shoes are looking cool. I appreciate it. Is appreciated.
You will not get me.
You will not get me. I don't actually know how to get him. Like, what do I do over here anyway? Is the question. Like, how do I...
God, and away from you, assassino.
Oh, right here. Okay, cool. Gotcha. I figured it out. Fantastic. Let's just, where am I going? Hey, there's a chest down there. Don't mind me. Hopefully he'll wait for me a little bit and I don't lose him. Hopefully. Wait. Where do I... Can I just climb up this side? Dang it! Dang it! Ah, no! That climb... Over here, Ezio! Dang it! How do I get up there again? Can I get up there again? I saw the chest and I needed it. How the heck do I get up there? I'm trying to reduce distance to target, I promise you. Well, he's got to be waiting for me or something. Come on. Don't worry, I'm reducing distance now. Right? Well, his icon is kind of glitching out. No, Ezio! Dang it. Come on. Hello, Cito. How are you doing today? Dang it. I swear, Ezio has a mind of his own sometimes. He was like, oh, you wanted to jump for that thing I could grab onto? How about I just don't instead? I can't change my camera angle, so it's kind of hard to line up. There we go. That time he did. This guy, yeah, it is, isn't it? Like, tick-tock, tick-tock. At least he's probably waiting for me. Yeah, he was just chilling there. He was like, don't worry, I'll give you the chance to catch up. Good, just chilling. How am I? I'm doing very, very well, actually. Because last night, I was messing around in my computer settings. And dang it, found out that my computer is actually like 10 times a better stream computer than I thought it was. After taking the time to do a little bit of overclocking. And the time to optimize my OBS settings over the course of like several hours of testing. So now, now my stream computer is literally insane. Did he just say sanctuary denied? Yeah, he was just waiting in the rain, having a mimosa. So before, the best bitrate I could hope to stream at was probably 6,000. I'm streaming at 100,000 bitrate right now. I don't think that it's actually sending 100,000 bitrate worth of stuff. I think that it's just like sending the maximum possible. Like, it just can't send any more data, I think. So I'm kind of thrilled. I'm very surprised. Like, I just kept turning it up, trying to get it to drop frames. I was like, 10,000? How is it not dropping frames? 20,000? 30,000? Now it's 100,000 and it's still not dropping frames. So I'm fairly certain that that just means that, well, I've fallen and I can't get up. Or at least that lamp is. Wait. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that just means that it's sending the maximum possible of what it can send. Like, there's not as much to this game that it can send. Like, if I was streaming at, like, 4K or something like that, I'm sure there would be more to send. But, like, why would I stream in 4K? Who watches Twitch in 4K? You know? Who does it? What kind of crazy person would do that? And that would literally only affect my camera. It's not like this is a 4K game. I don't even have a 4K monitor. So, I mean, wait. Can I make this jump? Oh, I can. I don't even have a 4K monitor, so I can't even, like, who would it benefit? So when it comes to 1080p 60 FPS, I think this is about as good as the stream is getting. So this entire time, and yeah, Ronsky probably, probably streams in 4K. What a nerd. But yeah, so this entire time, my streaming computer was like 10 times better. I've been using it on default settings for so long, instead of overclocking it and using optimal OBS settings like I should have forever ago. Yeah, Twitch in 4K is possible, but like nobody does it. So the stream quality could technically be better, but there's no point. There's literally no reason to. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know why I'm chasing him, but this is what we're doing. I'm just flabbergasted that my computer turns out it's way better than I've been putting it to use for years.
What a fool! You wage war against the very instrument that prevents the people from overthrowing order.
Your order is no order at all.
Yeah, 4K would really just be a flex. Basically, nobody streams in 4K. Can I? Oh. And even people that do stream in 4K, there's barely anybody that watches in 4K. So it's like the most pointless thing. So I mean, boop. Wait, can I just shoot him maybe? Overclocking sounds like an interesting thing to do. I've never tried overclocking before, and it's something that can be risky to do. Like, I was looking into it a little bit, and it seems like you have to, like, set settings for your processor and stuff like that, and then you need to actually assign voltages for, like, how much goes to where and such. And I was like, that sounds complicated. But luckily, my motherboard is actually designed for overclocking, so it actually has like some preset settings, like for simple overclocking, without you needing to like know the specifics. So I just did that, is all I did. Oh, I guess I didn't complete the memory in 8 minutes. Guess I didn't. I forgot about that. So I just went into my, like, I restarted my computer. I went into the boot up menu to adjust things with the motherboard. And it just had a nice little menu that's like, oh, do you want normal settings or do you want increased performance? And we'll just overclock it for you so that you don't have to learn any of this crazy stuff with the voltages. And I was like, yeah, do that. That sounds great. So it did that for me. Can I grab you? Maybe? I want to throw you over the ledge. So like maybe one day I'll learn how to overclock myself. But there we go. Oh, it's a cutscene?
Praise God!
I guess we were supposed to throw him over? Well, I mean, now we open the chest. So the game actually expected me to throw him over, huh? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that something? But yeah, maybe one day I'll learn how to actually overclock myself. But this time around, I just did settings that my motherboard already had. Because I purposefully picked up a motherboard for this computer when I built it like a year ago for doing stuff like this, like overclocking. I just never looked into it up to this point because I'm silly, I guess. But I finally looked into it. It was easy as heck to do because my motherboard is like, hey, why learn overclocking yourself when we can just do it for you? Because if you do it yourself, you risk, you know, crashing your computer or stuff like that, or making your parts overheat, which you don't want to do. But my motherboard could just detect it and be like, hey, this is what I know I can do. Would you like me to do it? I was like, okay, and now here we are, and now my computer's great. Like, it wasn't just that increased the stream quality. I needed to tinker around with OBS settings a lot as well. Like, I was experimenting between NVENC and X264. Like, NVENC is alright for when I'm streaming something on, say, the Switch through a capture card so that the game being played is on like a different console. For those who don't know, NVENC is an encoder that uses the graphics card, the GPU, instead of the CPU, which is X264, which uses the computer core to encode the stream and stream it and such. So, like, it's fine for that because my graphics card isn't really doing much else. But when I'm playing a game like this is what the graphics card is busy with, is running the game. So, the good balance that I found was to have X264 for my encoder so that my CPU works on running the stream, and my GPU, my graphics card, works on running the game. And because of that, when I was testing things out, mostly with Watch Dogs last night, I was able to run Watch Dogs also at 100,000 bit rate without any lag on maximum game settings. I was floored. I had no idea my computer was this good. Like, I had a sort of idea when I built it like forever ago. I just never actually brought it to this potential until now. And now I feel sad that this entire time I never bothered to to optimize my computer after seeing how good it is after optimizing it. It feels like I'm playing with a new computer right now, is what it feels like. So I'm doing very well. is the answer of how I'm doing today. I'm quite happy with my computer, I gotta say.